All praises to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. All praises to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the men of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Boaz coming at you with another live lesson. Will it be marvelous in your eyes, okay, when that day comes, okay, when you see New Jerusalem? Okay, would it be marvelous in your eyes? Okay. Is on this go round, it's only going to be a few that make it out with their life, okay? It's not going to be many of people. It's only going to be a few making it out with their life, okay? You have to keep 10 toes down and posture yourself to New Jerusalem, okay? If you want to make it out with your life, okay? That's what this is really about. That's what we're coming down to, okay? Even unto death for a moment. The book of Ecclesiasticus 4 verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and Yahweh shall fight for thee. Okay, that's what this is about. Okay, even if Yahweh slays you, okay, we'll get it. Let's go to the book of Job. Even if Yahweh slays you, okay, we have to keep 10 toes down and keep our integrity as we keep progressing in these tribulations and persecutions, if you will, these afflictions. The book of Job, chapter 13, verse 15. Though he slay me, I will trust in him, but I will maintain my own ways before him. Okay, so even if Yahweh shall slay us, okay, keep 10 toes down all the way, okay? That's what this is about. If you want to know what this is about, okay? Go to the book of Zechariah, chapter 8, verse 2. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, I was jealous for Zion and with great jealousy, and I was zealous for her with great fury. Thus said Yahweh, I am returned unto Zion, and I will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and Jerusalem, and shall be called of truth, and the mountain of Yahweh of hosts, the holy mountain. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, there shall yet be old men and old women dwelling in the streets of Jerusalem, and and the and every man will and his staff and his hands for very age. For the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, if it is marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of this people, and these days should it be marvelous in my eyes, said Yahweh of hosts. So if it's marvelous in your eyes, will it be marvelous in Yahweh Shai's eyes? Okay. Who set these things up? That's a question. Verse 7. Thus say Yahweh of hosts, Behold, I will make my people from the east country and from the west country, and I will bring them that they will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power in truth and in righteousness. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, let your hands be strong, and ye that hear in these days, that the word of my mouth of the prophets which are in the day that foundations of the house of Yahweh of hosts was laid, that the temple may be built. Okay, so that's what this is about. That's what this is all about. You want to know what this is about? Okay, New Jerusalem, and only a remnant is going to make it out with their life. It's not going to be too many people making it out with their life. Okay, and like I said before, as far as the mark of the beast, it's like what he's doing is, if I can't rule, no one rules. So I'm gonna mark everybody. That's what it mark for what? The slaughter, okay? So that's what this is all about, if you want to know. Let's go to verse 10. Let's focus it real quick. One moment. For before these days there was no hire for man, nor hire for beast, neither was there any peace for him that went out or came in of afflictions. And I said, all men, every man against his neighbor. Okay, so yeah, so you're gonna lose your job. Okay, that comes with it. You're gonna lose your job if you in the truth or if you out of the truth. Okay, they're gonna make you say, if you want to work and if you want to return back to a life, you know what you need to be done. Okay, Revelations 13:16. Okay, the Quran, they're gonna give you an ultimatum. Okay, really, it's Yahweh Shai giving you an ultimatum. Are you going to keep 10 steps, 10 toes down from me? Or are you going to fold? Okay, and that goes for me too. Okay, they're going to put pressure on all of us. Verse 11. But now I will be in those days a residue of this people in the former days, said Yahweh of hosts. It's only going to be a residue of people. It's not going to be a lot making it out with their life, okay? So you got to run like you have the prize. Let's get it. It's not going to be a lot making it out with their life, okay? Is the 2/3 will be destroyed, but they got to come back and get filtered to the loins of the elect. Okay, one moment. The book of 1 Corinthians 9, verse 24. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth a prize? So run that ye obtain. So Paul saying, run that you obtain, okay? Run that you might attain, that you could get the status of the elect, okay? So you can make it out with your life, okay? Like the scriptures say, like the scripture said, watch as you die, okay? What's this about? And every man shall strive for the mastery of temperance of all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. I therefore so run, not as one uncertain, so I fight, not as one that beateth the air. Okay, that's what this is. That's what this is about. Okay, seeing that New Jerusalem. Could you imagine that you are on your way to see New Jerusalem? Could you imagine that being living in New Jerusalem? That's something to be. That's beyond something that one person could dream for. Okay, could you imagine how it is going to be our day, all of our families, the wealth? And first and foremost, we're going to have Yahweh Shai. Okay, Yahweh is it's going to be a beautiful day. Okay, but we have to make it out with these said tribulations. But I will keep under my body and bring it under subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. Okay, and one moment, I just want that note. See that little note right there? It means castaway means disapprove or rejected. Okay. Let's go back to verse 12. Zechariah chapter 8, verse 12. For the seed shall be prosperous, the vine shall give her fruit, and the ground shall give her increase, and the heavens shall give their due, and I will cause the remnant of these people to possess all those things. Verse 13, and it shall come to pass that as ye were cursed among the heathen, O house of Judah and house of Israel, so I will save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, as I thought to punish you when your fathers provoked me to wrath, said Yahweh of hosts, I repented not. So again, I thought in these days to do well unto Jerusalem and to the house of Judah, fear ye not. Okay, so our job is not to fear. Okay, Yahweh Shai is going to fight our battles. Yahweh Shai. Let's turn to the book of Deuteronomy. Turn to the book of Deuteronomy real quick. Give me a moment. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 3, verse 22. Fear ye not them, for Yahweh your power, He shall fight for you, okay? So it's going to be our God fighting for us, okay? We don't have nothing to fear. Okay, one moment here. Give me a second. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 6. Be strong and of a good courage. Fear not, be nor be afraid of them, for Yahweh thou power, it is he that go with thee. He will not fail thee nor forsake thee. Verse 8, for Yahweh is he that go before thee. He will not forsake thee. He will not fail thee nor forsake thee. Fear not, neither be dismayed. So our power is a consuming fire. And when you see Yahweh destroy these heathens, and when Yahweh shall put them underneath our subjection, you're going to say, oh, we. You're going to say, oh, we. When this thing goes down. Okay, let's come over here to the book of Zechariah 14, 8, verse 14. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, as I brought to you a punishment. Now let's go up to 16. So let's go up to 16. These are the things which ye shall do. Speak every man truth with his neighbor, execute judgment and truth and peace in your gates, and let none of you imagine evil in your hearts against his neighbor, and love no false oath. For all these things that I hate, said Yahweh. Okay, come over here. The book of Zechariah, chapter 13, verse 8. And it will come to pass that in the land, said Yahweh, Say Yahweh, two parts therein shall be cut off and die, and the third part shall be left therein. I will bring the third part through the fire, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. Then shall they call upon my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power. Okay, and that's the elect. That's a new nucleus, if you will, of Israel. Okay, with that elect, Yahweh Shah is going to bring out the other Israelites that died. Okay, that's that precious gem of the elect. Okay, they're the core root of the nation. And it's only going to be a very small remnant of them. Okay, so let's come over here. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 5, verse 1. And thou, son of man, take thee a sharp knife, take thee a barber's razor, and cause it to pass over thou's head, and upon thou's beard. Then take the balance of weight and divide it the hair. Thou shalt burn with fire a third part in the midst of the city, and the days of the siege are fulfilled. Thou shalt take a third part and smite it with the knife, and a third part will thou take, and the winds will scatter it to the winds, and I will draw out a sword after them. Okay, so isn't this what happened with so-called Negroes, Latinos, mainly Negroes? Okay, Negroes were scattered all over the planet. Okay, all over the four winds. Okay, can't you see this is the Israelites? Thou shalt also take a few in number and bind them in thy skirt. Let's go to verse 4. Then thou shalt take again and cast them into the midst of the fire and burn them in the fire. For therefore the fire comes forth unto all the house of Israel. Okay, thermonuclear weapons being dropped on America. Okay, thermonuclear weapons being dropped on America already. Okay, that's what this is about. Thus say Yahweh power, this is Jerusalem. I have set it in the midst of the nations and the countries that are round about her. And she has changed my judgments into wickedness more than the nations are my statutes more than the countries that are round about her, and for they have refused my judgments and my statutes, they have not walked therein. Okay, let's come over here. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 6, verse 8. Yet I will leave a remnant that ye may have some that shall escape the sword, and amongst, okay, Shalakia, among the nations, and when ye shall be scattered through the countries. Okay, so it's only going to be once again a little residue. Okay, a little residue of a people to make it out with their life on this side. Okay, metaphorically, it's like going over Jordan. Okay, it's not gonna be much people to make it out with their life on this go round. Okay, and when they come out with the mark of the beast, you gotta say nope, nope. I got a plane to catch. Okay, when they finally come out with it, which it's already out there, but when they finally amplify it and magnify it, you gotta say nope. Sorry, I got a plane to catch. Okay, I can't. I can't miss my flight. I can't be late. And they shall escape of you shall remain. Remember me among the nations, whether they shall be carried captive, because I am broke with their whorish heart, and have departed from me with their eyes, and which go after horn after their idols. They shall load themselves for the spirit, for the evil which they have committed in all their abominations. Okay, I just did a video, and that's talking about again heavy idol worship. That's the northern kingdom heavy into it. Idol worship. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 11, verse 16. Therefore say, thus said Yahweh, power, although I have cast them and far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be unto them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they have come. Therefore say, thus said Yahweh, power, I will even gather you among the people, and assemble you out of the countries where ye have gone and been scattered, and I will give you the land of Israel. Alrighty. Now we're gonna call it right there. Give me a second. The book of Hosea, chapter 14, verse 9. This is a closeout scripture. Who is wise and shall understand these things? The prudent and he shall know them. For the ways of Yahweh are right, and the just shall walk in them, but the transgression shall fall therein. On that note, all praises to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the men of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. Shalom.